Insisting on this wall. He's got nothing to lose playing hardball with these people on this. That's the real thing. Trump, the only thing Trump's got right now is his continuing level of support from his base voters. He's got to hold on to that. If he does anything that has that start that wavering, then there's well, could be problems. Next, Bite Pelosi.
We came in here in good faith, and we're entering into this kind of a discussion in the public view.
But it's not bad, Nancy.
No,
it's called transparency.
I know. It's not transparency when we're not stipulating to a set of facts, and when we want to have a debate with you about saying we confront some of those facts.
You know what? We need border security. That's what we're going to be talking about, border security. If we don't have border security, we'll shut down the government.
If we don't have border security, we'll shut down the government. It's only been 2 years, and it's time to do this.
The Washington Post today gave you a whole lot of Pinocchios because they say you constantly misstate how much of the wall is built and how much is there. But that's not the point here. We have a disagreement about the wall, whether it's effective or whatever. Not on border security, but on the wall. We do not want to shut down the government. You have called 20 times to shut down the government. You say, I want to shut down the government. We don't. We want to come to an agreement. If we can't come to an agreement, we have solutions that will pass the House and Senate right now and will not shut down the government, and that's what we're urging you to do. Not threaten to shut down the government because let me just finish, because you can't get your way.
The last time you shut it down, you got killed.
Let me say something, Mr. President. You just say my way or we'll shut down the government. We have a proposal that Democrats and Republicans will support to do a CR that will not shut down the government. We urge you to take it.
And if it's not good border security, I won't take it.
And it's not good border security because it doesn't feature the wall. The wall is it. They don't want the wall. Trump does. Trump needs the wall. The nation needs the wall. These people don't want there to be a wall. It would be a huge defeat for the Democrats, who apparently have just retaken government back in the November midterms. If they agree to a wall, then why win? Their base would be livid with them, even though a wall is a good, which don't do anything to fix the budgeting process. They don't solve any real problems. It just allows everybody to get out of town for the Christmas holidays and say they've done their job to keep the government up and running. And Trump, let's face it, Trump's got nothing to lose here. If he has that start that wavering, then there's well, could be problems. Next, Bite Pelosi.
We came in here in good faith, and we're entering into this kind of a discussion in the public view.
But it's not bad, Nancy. It's called transparency.
I know. It's not transparency when we're not stipulating to a set of facts, and when we want to have a debate with you about saying we confront some of those facts.
You know what? We need border security. That's what we're going to be talking about, border security. If we don't have border security, we'll shut down the government.
If we don't have border security, we'll shut down the government. Nothing to lose by insisting on this wall. He's got nothing to lose playing hardball with these people on this. That's the real thing. Trump, the only thing Trump's got right now is his continuing level of support from his base voters. He's got to hold on to that.
We need border security. That's what we're going to be talking about, border security. If we don't have border security, we'll shut down the government.
If we don't have border security, nearby Republican for it. They love shutting down the government. Trump ought to call him on it. Final bite. This is Schumer. Trump telling Schumer he's going to shut the government down to get his wall, and he's going to be proud to do it.
20 times you have called for, I will shut down the government if I don't get my wall. None of us have said.
You want to know something?
You said
it. You want to put that on my
said it.
I'll take it.
Okay, good.
You know what I'll say? Yes. If we don't get what we want, one way or the other, whether it's through you, through a military, through anything you want to call, I will shut down the government.
Okay,
absolutely. And I am proud, and I'll tell you what, I am proud to shut down the government for border security, Chuck, because the people of this country don't want criminals and people that have lots of problems and drugs pouring into our country. So I will take the mantle. I will be the one to shut it down. I'm not going to blame you for it. The last time you shut it down, it didn't work. I will take the mantle of shutting down. And I'm going to shut it down for border security. But we believe you.
And this is not what they expected to happen. They didn't expect any of this to shut down the government. They thought they would run into a compliant and maybe even acquiescent Trump. See, in their world, Trump lost the election, so he ought to be humble. In their world, Trump was in cameras outside the White House trying to reestablish the narrative. But I'm glad you were able to hear that, because it's a firm implantation of Trump and his position on the wall, which is desperately needed. We will be right back. So their agenda now is that it's just a matter of time. Trump is gone. They're back running the show. They have, for all intents and purposes, winning the House back. The Democrats are now telling themselves that they have gotten control of Washington back after having lost it temporarily in 2016. Trump is elected, never been here. We won the House back, and so now we pretty much have a handle on everything. So they walk up in the meeting today, and they expect Trump to be somewhat, maybe surrender's a bit of a tough word, but they expected Trump to be accepting and malleable and hoping to try to mend fences, because in their world, that's what happens. When you soundly defeat somebody, which they think they've done, they think they have soundly defeated Trump, and they think they have retaken Washington. The deep state now thinks they're back in charge, because all the rest of this, getting rid of Trump, finally is now just a fait accompli. It's just a matter of the days on the calendar being marked off as we get closer and closer to that day when Trump will be almost begging for forgiveness and acceptance and understanding. And please don't hold it against me that I tried to beat you. I'm willing to admit that you won, that I lost, and I now want to work together, cross the aisle, shake hands, cooperate, blah, blah. They show up there expecting that kind, even because, folks, they have still not, none of them have, they still have not endeavored